Hello, and thank you for joining us for the Norfolk County Simcoe-Townsend Water Supply System Municipal Class Environmental Assessment Public Information Center, or PIC, number 2. The goals of this PIC are to provide an update on the study since PIC number 1, present the evaluation of alternative site locations for the booster pumping station, present the preferred alternative site location for the booster pumping station and elevated tower, identify potentially affected residents and businesses within the project area, and answer any questions you may have and provide an opportunity to get involved in the project. Comments received during this study will help identify the approach for current and future improvements within Norfolk County. We are taking steps to meet the future needs of Norfolk County. We are completing the first phase of the Interurban Water Supply System, or IUWS, which will interconnect all the communities within the county to secure reliable and consistent water supply. More information about the IUWS is available online. The strategic priorities of the project are to deliver high-quality water services, ensure fire flow and water supply for growth to 2041 and beyond, build reliable infrastructure, and provide future connections to Delhi and Waterford. The project will also focus on achieving the following sustainability goals within the county's water supply network. 1. Alignment with growth demand. 2. Flexibility peak demand. 3. Water conservation. 4. Operational efficiency. And 5. Increased connectivity. Norfolk County is undertaking a Municipal Class Environmental Assessment, or EA, study. The county is proposing to build a new water main that connects Simcoe to the Townsend water supply system. The project will also include a new elevated water tank and booster pumping station. The purpose of this new water infrastructure is to secure water supply from the Nanticoke Water Treatment Plant. The Simcoe-Townsend water supply system will complete the first phase of the IUWS program. This slide presents the location of the project within Norfolk County. The map displays the water main route, which will be constructed within the municipal right-of-way as much as possible. It displays future proposed transmission connections to Waterford and Delhi and the approximate locations of the elevated water tank and booster station. This study will meet the requirements for Schedule B projects and will satisfy the first 2 phases of the Class EA process. We are currently in Phase 2 and presenting alternative locations for the booster pumping station, or alternative solutions. Phase 1 and 2 of the MCEA process includes reviewing background planning and policy documents, identifying the problem or opportunity, developing and evaluating alternative solutions, and identifying and presenting the preferred solution, potential environmental impacts, and proposed mitigation measures. Several alternative locations along Concession 13 Townsend were evaluated for the booster pumping station. It should be noted that the lands west of Cockshut Road were not considered due to existing topography, land use, and proximity to hazard lands. The figure on this slide displays the approximate locations considered. The booster pumping station will require a 4,800 meter squared area to accommodate the new building structure. Alternative solutions were assessed using the following factors and criteria: socioeconomic environment, potential to impact existing land uses, for example, construction impacts, aesthetics, noise during operation, water pressure, and safety, potential to impact agricultural land uses, and potential to support growth within urban areas, natural environment, potential to impact fish and fish habitat, potential to impact water resources including surface water, for example, rivers, creeks, etc., groundwater recharge areas and wellhead protection areas, potential to impact significant natural heritage features, potential to impact significant wildlife habitat and species at risk. Cultural environment, potential to impact archaeological resources, potential to impact cultural heritage resources. Technical considerations, potential land requirements including acquisition or easements, temporary or permanent, potential to impact existing utilities and infrastructure, constructability, for example, open-cut or non-destructive technologies, and financial considerations, estimated capital costs and operational costs. Depending on comments received from agencies, Indigenous communities, and First Nations, stakeholders, and members of the public, criteria may be added or refined. The 4 alternative locations were evaluated against the criteria to determine the best fit for the area. The do-nothing alternative maintains the status quo and was included for comparison purposes only. The do-nothing alternative is not considered a feasible alternative to support existing and future needs within the community. Of the alternative locations assessed, alternative location 3 was determined to be the recommended location for the booster pumping station. To accommodate the 4,800 meters squared booster pumping station at this location, property is required from one landowner. The existing topography would require minor grading to accommodate a booster pumping station. No anticipated impacts to fish or fish habitat, water resources, groundwater recharge areas or wellhead protection areas, or significant natural heritage features. No anticipated impacts to existing utilities or infrastructure. A Stage 1 archaeological assessment will be required, as these are previously undisturbed agricultural lands. While alternative location 3 is the recommended location, alternative locations 1 and 3 will both be presented to the property owner during land acquisition discussions. At the west end of the proposed transmission water main, an elevated water tank will be constructed to act as a buffer during periods of peak demand, or peak water consumption. The tower will enable efficient operations and provide redundancy to the water supply system. The elevated tower will be located on municipally owned land. This slide presents structure design for the booster pumping station and elevated water tank. The booster pumping station design includes road access constructed around the outer limits of the building, minimum space of 60 meters by 80 meters required for the building. The building will be fully fenced. The land surrounding the building will be landscaped or treed to mitigate potential noise. Building size for ultimate capacity of 19,000 meters cubed per day, and includes standby power and rechlorination facilities. The elevated water tank design includes capacity for 4,500 meters cubed, to be confirmed during detailed design, diameter of 30 to 35 meters, height of 50 meters, and includes future connections to Waterford and Delhi systems. The transmission water main will be approximately 20 kilometers in length and constructed within the municipal right-of-way, avoiding impacts to private property. The images on this slide display the proposed route for the transmission water main alignment. Based on the impacts, preliminary mitigation measures have been recommended. Mitigation measures will be refined during the future detailed design phase and then implemented during and following construction with appropriate monitoring programs in place. The table on this slide provides a summary of the potential impacts and proposed mitigation measures and commitments to future work, including wildlife and habitat. Targeted species surveys will be carried out for species that have the potential to be present. Archaeological resources. A Stage 1 archaeological assessment will be completed to determine if portions of the study area retain potential for the identification and recovery of archaeological resources. No construction activities will take place until the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sport has confirmed in writing that all archaeological licensing and technical review requirements have been satisfied. Property. Impacts to private property have been identified in association with the recommended alternative. Negotiations with the impacted property owner are underway. Noise. Mitigation measures are available by designing the building and equipment to minimize sound transmission. Aesthetics. Mitigation measures to reduce impacts are available through landscape and architectural design compatible to the surrounding area. Short-term construction impacts. Noise, vibration, air, and traffic impacts are anticipated but will be temporary in nature and are largely unavoidable. With adequate controls, impacts can be minimized. Construction staging and traffic management will be confirmed during the design phase. The overall project schedule will include the following milestones. Summer 2022 included the Notice of Study Commencement, PIC number 1, and field investigations. Fall 2022 includes PIC 2, field investigations. Fall 2022 also includes modeling and preliminary design. Summer 2023 includes detailed design and tendering. 2024 and 2025 includes construction, and fall 2025 is anticipated commissioning. Timelines are contingent on project process, approvals, and available funding. Following the PIC, the project team will complete the next steps identified below. Review and respond to comments received, continue to engage Indigenous communities and First Nations, and consult with the public and agencies. Confirm the preferred solution based on comments received, and prepare reporting for 30-day review. Thank you for participating in the Public Information Center for the Norfolk County Simcoe-Townsend Water Supply System Municipal Class EA Study. Your feedback is valuable and appreciated. Please provide comments by filling out the comment form or by contacting a member of the project team below by December 6th, 2022. Thank you again for taking the time to review this presentation and for your interest in the study. The county has prepared a final slide to provide answers to frequently asked questions received since PIC number 1. Where will the water main be placed? The water main will be located within the municipal right-of-way to avoid encroachment on private properties and conflicts with existing utilities and infrastructure. The alignment of the water main is subject to further refinement during the detailed design stage. How will the county restore the landscape and road infrastructure? Landscaping and roadways will be restored to like or better condition where impacted, for example, new topsoil and/or sod, road resurfacing and/or rehabilitation. Will there be road closures? How long will construction take? Construction is anticipated to occur over 2024 and 2025, subject to funding and approvals. The entire corridor will not be impacted all at once, and the contractor will be required to restore the surface areas within a reasonable amount of time following installation of the water main. Nearby residents will be notified of construction in advance. Driveway access and local traffic will be maintained, though short-term temporary closures to roads may be required. Will the Waterford Heritage Trail remain open during construction? Safety is of the utmost importance to the county. The project team is currently reviewing the alignment along the trail for the possibility to allow safe access to pedestrians during construction. Short-term temporary closures of the trail may be required. Construction staging and detours will be further refined in the next stage of the project, detailed design.